Let's get this man in here. You know how to do it to you, Rocky. Let's go.
Wow, Jimmy, I'm speechless,
to the
man.
classic movie Rocky. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, we got to let the vocals come in, Rocky. Come on, rock with me for a little bit. Chat, Rocky's in here. See, he knows. See, he's ready. He's putting his dukes up. He's doing it for Adrian. Let's go. Wait for it, guys. Wait for it. Doing it for Adrian, y'all. All right. All jokes aside, welcome in Rocky Rock, my man from Avalabs. It's great to have you here, guys. And, you know, Rocky, unfortunately, our man Firestorm had a problem flying back from Jupiter. He went on vacation with his family in Jupiter and had a problem flying back. No signal where he's at. He's stuck somewhere outside the asteroid field between Mars and Jupiter or the moon. I can't remember. He's stuck. He can't make it. So you're stuck with me, Rocky. It's you and me, man.
Hey, that's okay, Jimmy.
Yes, dude. It's great to have you in. And so, guys, let me introduce you to Rocky Rock. He is the growth marketing manager at Avalabs. Rocky, it's great to have you on the show, man. Welcome.
Jimmy, I got to say, you know, you make people feel just on top of the world when you intro them.
That's so kind, man.
Appreciate that, man.
Of course, dude. Yeah, it's really great to have you in here. You know, guys, I got to tell you, Rocky is a man very much behind the scenes. He's making a lot of things go that you might not see up front, but a lot of things are happening because of his hard work and his dedication to making this thing go, guys. So shout out to Rocky Rock. That's our man at Avalabs. And, you know, actually, guys, funny story. The first time I think Rocky and I met face to face or, you know, face to internet, it was during we had booked John Woo for In the Club, right? Remember that?
Yep.
And the funny thing about it, guys, is when that happened, my PC, when we had like our biggest, like probably most important guests on the show since we started, like pretty huge, my PC crashes as soon as the stream starts. And so I'm seeing messages from Rocky in our, like, you know, our mutual chat. And he's saying, the stream isn't working. And I'm just like, I look over at my screen and I see both my monitors are completely green. I had no idea what was going on. So we worked through that. And Rocky's always been a pleasure to work with, man. So I'm really excited to have you on the show and just like talk Avalabs and talk about your background. That's usually where we start with each show, man. So, and let me add, chat, if you have any questions for my man Rocky, please feel free to chime in. I can't guarantee he can answer everything you'll want to ask, and I can't guarantee I will be able to answer everything you'll maybe want to ask, but there's no harm in trying, right?
That's right.
In any case, right? You know what I mean? So Rocky, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, man? Like, how did you get involved in crypto? How did you get involved with Avalabs? And I'm gonna ask you where the name Rocky Rock came from too. So maybe we can start with your background though.
Sure. So let me first start off with just a quick disclaimer. You know, nothing I say is financial advice, and you know, my opinions are not that of my employer. So just getting that out there up front. But yeah, most questions should be sort of on limits, but obviously just gotta put that out up front.
Exactly.
But yeah, you know, to your first question, Jimmy, just, you know, how I got involved in crypto was really like a lot of other people. I heard about this magic internet money back in the early days. We're talking 2012, 2013. Yep. Bitcoin just coming around. There's not much of an industry. There's not much of a community. It's a very niche sort of thing. And, you know, almost wrote it off as, what is this scam? What is this fake internet money? Yeah. It's just like, who would think about putting money on the internet? It just sounds so foreign at that time.
Right.
And so, you know, fast forward to 2017, 2018, that's when things really started to get going. You know, that was kind of the ICO craze. There were projects popping off left and right.
Right.
And that's what resurfaced it back to me of, this is an actual legit industry. This isn't just some scam in the wind that is just going to fail tomorrow. So that's when I really started to research the industry more. At that time, I will say there was still probably 90% of projects were a little bit scammy, a little bit smoke and mirrors of like, what is this stuff? Why are we tokenizing ice cream on the blockchain? That doesn't make any sense.
Because it's delicious, right?
Exactly. And so, but there was that 10% of projects that was like, that could actually be something. That could be something interesting to be valuable to the
Yeah,
industry.
big time.
And at the time, I was working in a kind of a TradFi background, um, and working in kind of the crowdfunding industry. And then from there, just started investing personally in some of these crypto tokens and whatnot. And then fast forward, I guess, to 2019 is really when I got started in the industry, running a meetup group. Actually, I was a local to San Diego, actually, San Diego, California.
Nice.
Started my own meetup group called Blockchain and Brews. And it was
Love
just a
that.
real chill time for
Yeah.
people to get together, talk crypto, have a drink, and really just kind of dive in and learn together. Because that was the biggest thing, was we were in a group just to speculate on tokens and talk about, what's the next moonshot. It was really about what can we use these protocols for? And that's what I've always came back to is what are we doing here, and what sort of utility are we generating?
That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's that brings up how I remember things too. I'm probably a little older than some of the guys in the community, and I remember like Silk Road and stuff like that. I was a bit of a deviant, so yeah, it was imagining magical internet money. Just I don't know. I guess we couldn't have imagined where it would have brought us back then. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy to think about just 10 years ago where things were at. Um, but obviously, everything in crypto moves very fast. So, can you tell us how you got involved with Avalabs and a little bit about what you do there?
Sure. So I started that meetup group. It's kind of a common thread here. Started the meetup group, really learned a lot about DeFi, NFTs, all the different verticals here in crypto. And then probably 2020, I switched gears to like, how do I work in this industry? Like, what does
Sure.
it take to actually work in this
Right.
industry? And part of the, I guess, advantage I had is that I had already met a bunch of founders earlier during my meetup group
Awesome.
that essentially were like happy to come out to our meetup, either virtually or in person, and give us an hour and a half presentation on what they do and what their protocol is all about. So I had kind of already had that, I guess, guerrilla marketing background a little bit of just like
Totally.
reaching out cold to these projects and saying,
Yep.
"Hey, CEO of this project, can you come speak to us?" And a lot of them were just open because it was still early days and they were just looking for users. That I think really turned into um, reaching out to people at Avalabs.
Sure.
I first started learning about Avalabs through some old, I think it was videos of Kevin and Goon, early
Sure.
days of when they
Yeah.
were just kind of launching this protocol, still in kind of the research phase. It wasn't even really a live product at that point. And then, just to make a long story short, I reached out when they were first doing their token sale back in July of 2020. They were super slammed at the time. They were basically the entire company was focused on making sure that that went off without a hitch.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to September of that year, I finally got kind of a message back. And this was, it happened to be Jay from the Ava Labs team. He's our VP of marketing. He reached back out and said, "Hey, token sales done. Let's talk."
That's awesome, man. And then it just organically flew from there, right? Wow,
That's
that's
right.
super cool. It looks like Jonathan's in here saying it's really cool to hear Rocky's story. And I agree, man. It is really cool because we all have that's what I love about this community and just crypto in general is we all have such unique stories because this is still an emerging I mean, we're still early when you really look at it, right? So when you're part of something that's still emerging and new technology, it's really cool to see how people get involved with it because it's like, look at somebody like me. I'm a former DJ and radio guy, and suddenly I'm, talking to you about. I mean, if you had told me I'd be doing that 10 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, right, man. I don't know what's going on there, but oh, it looks like Brad McFall. Uh, Whoa, Brad McFall already coming with you. Already got a question from the chat, Rocky. Should we put it on the
Hmm.
screen?
Sure.
Hey, Rocky, I can think easily of the two biggest verticals on Avalanche. What would you say are the top five? Ooh, Brad, coming in spicy.
Yeah, coming in hot. So Brad, I take it, is he asking top five protocols or like top five verticals? I guess he didn't really clarify there.
He'll say something. He's good at that. He's very on point. So we'll see what he says. Brad will clarify in a second. But while Brad is clarifying, man, I wonder if you could tell me where here, I'll make you a deal, Rocky. I'll tell you where the name Jimmy Two Times came from if you tell me where the name Rocky Rock came from.
There we go. Cool. So I'll start. Rocky came from, it's actually a family nickname, believe it or not. So what's interesting about it is that my great-grandfather first got the nickname Rocky. And then what's interesting is that my father, he didn't get the nickname Rocky, but I did. So it's kind of this, every other generation gets the Rocky name.
Sick.
But what's cool about it is Rock is my legal last name. So yeah.
You won the lottery on that one, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So in a lot of ways, it's like rock.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. That's pretty hard, chat. We got rock in here. I'm gonna call you rock for the rest of the interview. So rock. The way I got the name Jimmy Two Times. It's my turn now, obviously. My name isn't Jimmy. There's no James in my name whatsoever. It's totally just a stage name. But the reason I got it is because years and years ago, I was a big fan of the movie Goodfellas. In case you couldn't tell, I'm Italian, a very Mediterranean fella. You know what I mean? And love the movie Goodfellas, man. Scorsese, that's my guy. And if you remember in Goodfellas, there's a scene where Ray Liotta's character Henry Hill, he's going through the club, the bar, and it's the one that's famous for being one take, right? It's one shot. Mm-hmm. And he's going through there. They're naming off all the gangsters. Then there was Nicky Eyes, and he was Sally Balls' brother, and there was, this guy. And then they got to Jimmy Two Times, and they said, then there was Jimmy Two Times, who got his name because he already said everything twice, like, I'm going to go get the papers. And I had a bad habit of repeating myself. I had some short-term memory problems back when this was happening. And, I would kind of tell the same story over and over. And so people would be like, hey, Jimmy Two Times over here. This guy's always repeating himself. Name kind of stuck. And I said, that's a good rap name. When I became a rap DJ, I was like, it's kind of it's from a gangster movie. It's got a number in it. Very hip hop. You know what I mean? So stuck with it.
Very memorable too, Jimmy.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Both of us, Rocky Rock, Jimmy Two Times, we're winning in the name selection, man. So it looks like Brad is a question from the chat. So if you're just joining us, our guy Brad McFall dropped a question in the chat. Hey, Rocky, I think easily two of the biggest verticals on Avalanche. What would you say are the top 5? And he's talking about verticals, DeFi gaming, et cetera, et cetera. So Rocky, first question from the chat. Let's go.
Yeah. So that's a good one. And maybe I'll just speak at it from like a quantitative perspective, and say like, where are the most users at the moment?
Yeah.
And really, I think it comes down to DeFi is definitely still our bread and butter. That's where our sort of core users are. That's how we got started. If people are sort of new to the Avalanche community, 2021 is really, I think, what put us on the map for DeFi. That's when we had Avalanche Rush and a lot of OG, DeFi blue chip protocols come and integrate on Avalanche. We're talking, Aave, Curve, some of these other ones. So that is definitely the number one as far as TVL, volume, users, all of those things. And then I'd say next would probably be our, it probably would be, it's kind of a toss up, I would say, between kind of our gaming and NFT communities. I'd say maybe NFT might have a slight edge here.
Sure.
Just because of our Avalanche program. For all those that don't know, that's a program that was developed by our NFT team. And essentially it's to just spur users and spur artists to develop their NFTs on Avalanche. And so I'd recommend, all those out there to check that out and get involved, because there's a lot of great mentors. There's a lot of great kind of hand holding there for you to go from zero, I know nothing about NFTs, to developing your first collection and kind of going from there.
That's awesome, man. And there's so many great artists in the Avalanche community too. I mean, you're going to, that's awesome. I love that. Speaking of Avalanche, thank you for the question, Brad. If you guys got any more questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. But speaking of Avalanche, there's been a lot going on at Avalabs. And I kind of want to touch on everything that's been happening, because on the Dexalot side, obviously, I've been really swamped. I've just been new features, subnet, new pairs. We've got a lot going on our side. So I wonder if you could give us the latest on what's been happening at Avalabs. because I know everybody wants to catch up. It's been a really busy summer. People are on vacation. Maybe you can tell us about, like, just some of the top things that are going on right now.
Yeah, so I mentioned Avasance. That's a
Yep.
big one for our NFT vertical. I'd say on the DeFi side, which is kind of where I sit, there's been just tons. You
Yes.
guys launched in February and we're already in August. It's
Yep.
just gone by like crazy. So that was a big one for us.
Tell me about
From there,
it.
yeah, exactly. So you were, I think, our first DeFi specific subnet that launched on us. And then, from there, we've had, other sort of protocols launch on us. We had Balancer just a couple weeks ago. We had Uniswap. A lot of these DeFi OGs are coming on board.
Huge.
Yeah. So Uniswap was a part of that. Really whatever you're looking for, we kind of have, whether you're a perps trader, an options trader, you got a CLOB with Dexalot, you got really anything, I think, from TradFi. We just have about everything here on Avalanche. So if you're a trader, if you're a user, if you're just wanting to kind of dip your toes in the deep end, we're kind of here, and we have the protocols to do it.
I need to take 1 second out of the conversation. Hold on, Rocky.
Yeah, no worries.
I needed to drop that air horn for you because he just basically said, guys, if you want it, we got it. You know what I mean? Right. Here at Avalabs. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind and keep an eye on these guys, because it seems like it's been a hot summer and summer's not over yet. You know what I mean? So yeah, lots of amazing things going on at Avalabs. And Rocky, I couldn't help but notice that when you were kind of plugging your appearance here on the club, in the CLOB, excuse me. Called it the wrong number. What am I doing? Holy God. You tweeted the eyes emoji. You tweeted this emoji. And usually when I tweet that from the Dexalot account, it means that maybe there's some other way. Maybe we got some news, maybe we got something to talk about. I don't know. I don't want to put you on the spot, because I'll tell you what, Rocky, I feel like you and I are in similar positions. If I say the wrong thing, I get a phone call. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know what I mean? So I get it. I get where you're at, but do you have any tidbits you can drop? We love the alpha horn. I sounded the alpha horn just because you had such a hard comment about you want it, we got it over here at Avalabs. But do you have any hot alpha you might be able to drop for the people in the chat right now?
Jimmy, I think you're reading too much into my comment.
God damn it. All right. Well, I had to try. You know what I mean? I got you on the show. I had to try. So there's no Avalabs alpha that you can drop right now. Nothing.
Not on this one.
Okay.
Not on this one. But of course, the copyright here is stay tuned. Soon. Right.
Exactly, man. It's like I'm saying, guys. Like at the start of the show, we talked about how Dexalot. We just posted this morning. First snapshot taken. Little surprise for our Dexalot. Say cheese, everybody. And we don't want anybody to miss out on the second one. You know what I mean? So it's just like we're all just kind of. Rocky and I are both marketing guys. And so we're stuck in the position sometimes of being like, I wish we could say the thing that we want to say. You know what I mean? But you got to wait for all the proper announcements, guys. So I can't really say too much on my side either. I can't drop too much alpha today. I've already gotten a couple threats from Jonathan here in the chat, Rocky. I don't know if you've seen that, but he's already saying I'm in trouble. So we'll see what that means after. They're going to put me in my cage again. They have a Dexalot cage, and I have to go sit in it.
Do they have a dunce cap for you too?
Yeah, it's like a punishment. I sit in the corner, and it's like a whole thing. So that's what happens when you're the noob on the team, man. It's just like I'm still learning, and so it's just they got to stop the cruel jokes. You guys got to stop telling me my wallet's been hacked and all my money's gone. All right, stop doing that, please. I don't know. Anyway.
Nightmares.
Well, go ahead, Rocky. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say nightmares if they're teasing you with your wallet's hacked and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, who are these guys? Why would they do that? Anyway, let's see. I was going to ask you about. So can you talk about how you got that? I'm taking it back a little bit here, Rocky. Can you talk about your blockchain meetup and what that was like in the early days, blockchain and brews? Because I kind of feel like we should do something like this now. Like we should have regional blockchain and brews meetups. I mean, I know Avalanche has local meetups. There's the Avax PDX, and I know there's some folks in Minneapolis. I know we're trying to like organize some stuff, but how did that get going, man? Like, what was the vibe?
Yeah, good question. So it was actually we took it over from a previous sort of management team, or team that kind of was running it. They were just kind of over it. They were like, we're done. They started it, I believe, in 2017 during the ICO craze. I think they gave up on it in the bear market of kind of the 2018, 2019.
Sure.
And that's when a buddy of mine decided, hey, let's take this over, because we were actually just getting started then, when a lot of people were exiting the industry at that time. But we really saw kind of the value in it, and we wanted to just learn more about it. And what better way to learn more about it than surrounding yourself with peers that want to
Totally.
learn as well. So for us, that was a big sort of pull for us to take it over. And not to mention, it's just a good excuse to go out with friends and have a drink and just talk shop. And so that was really the kind of the starting of it. And we grew it, I want to say, from like a couple hundred to, by the time I joined Avalabs, it was almost 1,000 people. Not like every week or whatnot, but
You had 1,000 people at your meetups?
well, no, we had 1,000 people a part of the meetup sort
Okay.
of .com group.
Okay, got you.
Probably we would have anywhere between 25 and 75
Still.
each time.
Yeah.
So not nothing for sure.
Dude, that's awesome.
And yeah, it happened like every single week. And it was literally, we would just dive into a protocol. For instance, we would have Dexalot as the focus of that meetup. And we would, all get our laptops out, all connect to the internet, and just start tinkering around with Dexalot and seeing, well, what does it do? And what can you use it for? And what are some of the interesting strategies that you can utilize it for? And that was a lot of fun. I met a ton of great friends there, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, Chad, are you guys paying attention to what this man is saying? Because I know we got a lot of community people in here. Like, if this sounds like something you guys want to do, man, do it up, because we would love to see it, and we could even, get it in the CLOB sometime. Let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, this is what I like, that Rocky doesn't have toys in the background. A man's man. Yeah, I like that too, man. I like your simple background. I guess I'm not a man's man because I got toys, but. That being said, Britt, if you Britt 282, if you own any NFTs, you can't talk about collectibles or toys, because it's the same goddamn thing. So anyway, Rocky, this has been awesome, man. I love talking to you and hearing your story. Are you sure you can't drop us any alpha, or maybe not so much alpha? Okay, here we go. How about this? Maybe you can give us. What's the next? Is there any big announcements we should know about right now from Avalabs? Maybe they just happened and we didn't hear about them. Maybe the chat's maybe they just got off vacation. What can you tell us that they need to know right
now? To be honest with you, I think we're having kind of a DeFi summer version 2 this year.
Yeah.
I think you guys would agree. You guys are seeing some really significant traction on your end.
Yeah.
And we're seeing things pick up over here. So there's definitely some people interested in DeFi still. The train hasn't left the station.
Dude, I agree. And, subnet season has been going strong all summer. It's been crazy. Guys, if you missed the news, we did reach 10 million transactions. I don't even know the count now. I think some of our friends on Twitter will probably keep us updated. DeFi summer part 2, baby. You already know. Mm-hmm. And so, yes, Denny Trubato says fire emojis. I agree, man. It's been a fun subnet season. We've been having a good time over here with all the low fees and the transparency and the Citizen 3. I know, that's our boy. That's our guy on the tweets, man. That's our guy in the tweets. Citizen 3. He's ready to push the red button on how many transactions, man. We'd love to see it. Well, Rocky, you know what I'm gonna have you do? How do you feel about giving away a Dexalot PFP with me? You want to help me with this?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. All right. So this is what we're going to do, guys. Have you seen this segment before? I think maybe you've seen this before, right?
I have, yeah.
Okay. So here's what's happening. Crypto Kindergarten. There he is. Uh-oh. That's our guy. That's our guy. What up? That's a past winner of a PFP. So you see what it is. So this is how it works, guys. We have these awesome Dexalot PFPs. And we gave away a grip of them during season 1, right? in the CLOB, our Twitch stream here that you're watching. And so everybody who got those got some special privileges. Got to get into Crypto Kindergarten can attest to this. He's a winner. He was, given early subnet access. It was post only, but that's pretty big, man. You get to get in the subnet and see everything. And like, we got a lot of stuff coming, man. A lot of stuff I can't talk about or I'll get in trouble. I'm already in trouble, apparently, according to the boss in the chat. But a lot of stuff is coming. And if you want to get some kind of goodies from your boys at Dexalot, we got you, but you got to get in on this. So here's how it works, guys. I'm going to say a keyword. You're going to type the keyword in the chat. I know I could not be in more trouble. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, guys. It's friggin', I'm going to have a bad week in the office. They're going to make my life hell. So I'm going to drop the keyword. You type the keyword in the chat, and then we're going to select somebody from that pool of people to spin the wheel, and that person is going to win a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, or special tier Dexalot PFP. All right. So Rocky, are you ready? Does this sound good?
I'm excited, Jimmy.
Okay.
Let's do this.
I'm going to drop the keyword. Guys, the keyword is snapshot because the first snapshot's been taken, baby. All right. So write snapshot in the chat right now. If you don't know how to spell it, I can't help you. Okay. Because my brain is mush. Snapshot, Surag, number 1. And just write snapshot in the chat. You'll have a chance to spin this old wheel. And you know what happens when you spin the wheel? You spelled it wrong. You spelled it wrong, Jonathan. Now you're in trouble. Denny getting in there. Rocky, do you mind if I change into my formal game show clothing for this?
Let's see it, Jimmy.
Okay, cool. I got to take off my hat so I can get a little formal. BioIce, thank you. All right, hold on. I'm going to change into my suit here. Okay, there we go. I look good, right? My mom picked this out for me. So, because I'm a man's man. So anyway, pink suit, snapshot. You guys. Oh, BioIce already got one too. That's all right. You can win too. All right, snapshot. I'm even going to enter. How about this? Aki, you can enter too if you want. Snap snot. Oh man. All right. Let's do it. Let's pick a winner. I know my mom has great taste, man. She's a really smart lady. BioIce. I knew it. I know. Oh, Crypto Kindergarten tried to get in there. He tried to slip one past the goalie. Thanks, man. My mom rocks. Hi, Mom. She's watching right now. She's in the chat. She's the one who said, I'm not a man or whatever. Okay, cool. All right. It looks like BioIce, you've won the giveaway. Congratulations, my good sir. Are you ready to spin the old wheel? Yes. Applause emojis from me, too. I know. Mom is keeping it real, man. Mom's rock. All right. BioIce, you ready to do this? Yes, you're welcome, sir. Let's do this. You ready to spin? I'm going to spin it for you. I'm going to give this good wheel a spin. Watch this, Rocky. Rocky, we got the nicest spinning wheel in Web3, man. Watch this.
The best.
Holy shit. I'm sorry to swear, guys. That's the special tier. Woo. Whoa, BioIce, my guy. That is you. Wow. Yes. Wow. I'm kind of floored right now. BioIce, you got the special tier. Okay, so Rocky, this is like all the special tier ones have been like a Marvel hero or like some kind of comic book hero, kind of inspired by some of these guys behind me, right? So let's show our man what he won. Production John, can you full screen me right now so we can show BioIce what they've won, please? There we go. Let's dude. So this is the special tier. This never lands on this, guys. This is like a pretty big deal. So let's see.
You're welcome, guys.
Oh, you're an Iron Axolotl, my guy. Check that out. You're Iron Man Axolotl. That must have been a really complicated helmet to make with the fins. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
That's sick.
Dude, congratulations, BioIce. That's a really good one. All right, so we're going to get that to you via Whisper here on twitch.tv. Let's get Rocky back in here. And so, wow, congratulations to our man Bio Ice.
That's huge.
With the win. Yeah, that's huge. Another 3 alpha horns for you. All right, I got to change out of my suit now. Hold on. Ooh, that's better. It gets a little hot. It's already a little warm in here. And so when I put the suit on, it gets even warm. It's a bad time. Yeah, you are an iron lotto. You are an iron lotto, my friend. That's great. Look at that. Whoa, you got a badass PFP already too. Damn. All right. That's crazy. This is awesome, guys. I love it. Well, Rocky, I just want to like thank you for hanging out with me for, the last little while here. I mean, we've been wanting to have you in the club for a while. And we finally got to make it happen. And, Rocky's our guy behind the scenes at Avalabs, guys. If you weren't here for the top of the show, you got to give this man a lot of credit because he's making a lot of the parts move that you don't see, but are just as important as the ones that you do see. You know what I'm saying? So give my man Rocky his props. Rocky, thank you so much for joining us, man. We got to have you back in the club. Will you come back and hang with us again?
Let's do it. That was a lot of fun.
And the last question I got for you, song request. What do you want to hear? ASAP Rocky, Rocky theme again. What are we doing, man? What do you want to hear?
ASAP Rocky sounds good.
ASAP Rocky? All right. I mean, you can, if you got I was just joking. If you got like a,
no, let's do it.
ASAP? All right, my man. We'll do some ASAP for my guy, Rocky Rock, at the end of the show. But like, dude, this was awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're definitely going to have you back. Shout out to the Avalabs team. And let me ask you something, because this is my for real last question. Every time we have someone from your squad on here, it's like everybody says it different. Avalabs. What's the definitive, man? What's the definitive?
I think that is something that will go on and just go on forever. There is no like consensus here. It's 50-50 or 51-49.
The world will never know, man. It's like how many licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. We're never gonna figure it out.
We got to keep it a mystery.
Dude, we got to, man. We got to. All right, Rocky, this has been awesome. Thanks for joining us. That's Rocky Rock, everybody. Chat is showing you a lot of love today, man.
Nice,
we appreciate
guys.
You, man. Super, super, super.
I feel the love. Good vibes only.
Good vibes only over here in the club. Rocky, thanks for joining us, man. That's Rocky Rock, everybody. We'll see you next time, sir. Thank you very much.